Hello, so I wanted to take a moment to talk about level 1 innovation and level 2 innovation. So if you're an entrepreneur building something, then I just want to bring to attention the right questions as to whether you are innovating at a level 1 or a level 2. So what do I mean by this? I'm a level 1 entrepreneur, I'm a level 1 innovator if I have found an opportunity to build a better product to what's already out there. And I look at a product and I look at how it does things, maybe the business model, maybe the features, maybe its performance, maybe its aesthetics, like its user experience, and say, I could do this better, like the world deserves something better. So you start designing something that is way better than what's there, and you get really excited by it, and you think, this is like, people should love this. This will be amazing. If I put this out there and they're comparing this to what's there already, they'll be like, well, it's a clear winner, right? And then you'll get all their customers, and amazing. Good example would be to look at Slack, look at all the problems that Slack has, and say, I can make this better. We could do better inline replies. We can make it faster. We could, have the ability to hide parts of the conversation and whatever those are. And they could come out of the frustrations that you have as using the product yourself. So, in my experience of what I'm building Flowtelic. It's a note-taking app that takes the Zettelkasten method and applies sort of some workflow around it. That's where I want to get to. A level 1 entrepreneurship here for me would be to look at the competition, such as like Obsidian. It's a great app. Obsidian's a great markdown editor. It does the whole Zettelkasten thing. You can interlink stuff and visualize it as a graph. Roam Research, similar thing, hosted. Notion is great for building sort of structure in a very free way. These are all really good products, and I could look at those and I could say, I could do some things really good compared to them, and that will be my angle. So I could build better workflows around some of those things, make it prettier, make it faster, make it more portable, all those things, and that'd be okay. But that's level 1 innovation, because I'm taking something that's there, I'm seeing the problems of it, I'm innovating on a solution, and I love the solution, and I want to build that solution, and that's the thing. And the reason why that could be problematic is because when you then build that and go to sell that, people will only compare you to the original product. And they'll say, but you don't do X, Y, and Z. And you're like, okay, fine, I'll go do X, Y, and Z. You go and build that, and build that, and build that. And they'll say, but that's all very well and good, but I really wanted, A, B, and C. And you go, build that, build. And you start chasing. And before you know it, you have a product that is basically what was already there in the competition. And the demands and the comparison forces you to think in the box like the old product. And I think that's a bit of a dangerous precedent, but it's also very common. As innovators, we obsess around the solution that we're building, not obsessing around the problem. Take a product like Obsidian in this case. What problem does it solve? It's a note-taking app. It uses Markdown, and it sort of does the Zettelkasten thing. The problem is I need a note-taking app that I can use Markdown in, maybe has offline support so I can manage my files. That could be an online product. That's all very well and good, but I could list like 10 other products that solve the same problem. So therefore, when you're looking at it in there and you don't really understand the problem you're solving, you're stuck in a level 1 entrepreneur innovation, because you have assumed that the problem they're solving is the right problem, and then you're trying to innovate on that. So as I'm building Flowtelic, the app that's my note-taking app, I'm looking at it as, why don't I use these other products? Why do I not love these other products? Because I have a problem I need to solve. And for me, the problem is I want to create really awesome blog posts and YouTube videos. That is my goal. I've wanted to do this for a long time. And in 2019, I ended 2019 and said, right, in 2020, all I want to do is figure out how to get better at retaining my knowledge so that I can produce higher quality content. I don't even want to produce any content. I just want the system. And that's when I discovered the Zettelkasten method. And it's like, once I've got it, light bulb moment. And I started realizing that the products that exist aren't helping me achieve that transformative experience. I want the habit. I want to be producing consistently. I'm terrible at habits and consistency. I need tools to help me do this, and none of these tools do it. And I don't really like having to mix and match tools, because if one of those fails to deliver on its promise of like building a habit, then the whole chain breaks down. So I've looked at it from that point of view, and I built an MVP of Flowtelic. I'm really proud of it. I launched something, that's good. And I stopped and I thought, okay, what's the next thing? I just want to iterate, keep building this thing. I need sync support so I can use it on multiple devices. I need a responsive so if I'm on a phone. And I stopped and I thought, this is level 1 entrepreneurship. I'm trying to tick the boxes that still just get me to playing at the table. I'm just trying to tick these boxes that when they compare my product to other products, these are the things. And like, if I was building a bicycle, but I was which is good, and I was comparing it with another bicycle, then all those features make a difference. But if I'm building a car when everyone else has bicycles, like, I can get away with a lot of missing features because it's so transformative. I should have used the horse and the car example. That would have been better. If people have only ever experienced horses, and then you build a car, they don't need a radio in the car. They don't need electric windows. The transformative experience from using a horse is completely different. May not be everyone. Some people still ride horses, right? So I'm going to share with you this kind of dashboard that I put together. Let's put it on screen now. This here is my Flowtelic dashboard. I've split it into 2 phases. Phase 1 is, have I actually built something that now I can scale it up and take to market, right? You can see where I put a tick, that means I feel like I've answered that. I've solved that problem. It can be better. That's in the scale part, making it robust and feature rich and all of that. But ultimately today I've ticked it. So let's break this down. Can I use it to create my notes? Well, yes, I can. I've got that MVP. You can use it today. I can create notes. It works. And then I said, can I use it for my second brain? So my goal of reading more and learning more and being able to capture that, can I use it for that? And the answer is almost. Turns out, once I got more than 100 cards or something, the performance started to tank. Good news is I've almost got a fix ready for that. So I can almost progress with this. There's a couple more features that I'm going to say, I need these to say, yes, I can trust this as my second brain. So first of all, I've got the ability to back it up. I can right click a collection and download that. So I know that I can trust it. As long as I've got the markdown files on my file system after using it in the browser, that's fine. I can import those back in. So if I reset my computer, move to a different computer, I can bring that back in. So I can trust it, even if it's got bugs. That's really cool. I can add all my notes in there and I can link my notes, so I can use it as a second brain, creating those connections. The only thing I can't really do is like have entry points into my topics. So that's one of the features before I give that a tick, along with the performance. So that sort of, I could solve that problem in other products, but now where I can't solve it in other products, which makes it a transformative experience for me, is, does it help me build a habit around note taking? So I want to produce blog posts consistently, which means I need knowledge consistently, which means I need to read consistently and need to take the notes from that consistently, and I need to organize those notes consistently. So the question is, if I have notes on a YouTube video, on a book, on a blog post, whatever it is, do I have the habit to take those notes and put them into my second brain? And no other product does this, by the way. So this is the angle we're going for. And when I say yes to that question, I'm building something that's transformative. I'm in a level 2 innovation because I'm not comparing myself to any other product. I'm innovating a whole new way of doing things. That's the theory here. So if I get a tick for that, next one is, I haven't solved the problem of creating better blog posts. So does it actually help me write better blog posts? This one here. So I've got my second brain. Now, can I use that to create the written content or the scripts for YouTube, or whatever it is I want to output from that? Does it help me do that? And the whole idea of this Zettelkasten is that you create a wealth of knowledge and you can pull the cards out of that to say, this is the outline of a new piece of work, a new idea, a new blog post. So if I can use that second brain to write a blog post, I will be really excited for that, because I'm never going to start a blog post from zero again. I'm never going to start with an empty screen in WordPress or Ghostblog or whatever like that. I'm going to start with an outline of the topics, of the content of the topics, of the things I've read, of the ideas I've captured. I'm going to outline them, and then I get to focus on the art of writing. Then I get to put my story into it. I don't have to stop and think, am I saying something that is technically correct? That's in my second brain. It's, I've done the research, so I'm never starting from zero. And the idea is that you can use that and create a blog post. And the final one for me is, can I do this consistently? Can I build a habit around blogging? And if the answer is yes, if I can then now have a product that guides me through that iterative consistency, 10 minutes a day of writing a paragraph, and then after a week, a blog post is ready to be published because I've gone through that process, have gone through the editing. Like, if I can go through that flow, and the backdrop to this video. I've screwed this up now. If I just do this, like the flow of things, right? You want to have things interlacing. So knowledge is coming in while you're pushing knowledge out and you're writing, and it's like you're percolating. It should never be a start-stop experience to education, to writing and all of that. Your thought process should be continually bringing stuff in, processing that, and creating ideas out. And this is what I want the product to do. If I answer those, I have something that is transformative. Then, and only then really, I can start saying, now I have a product that is truly unique. Let's move it into the phase 2, the scale. Can I get other people to understand it really easily? Like, this is a new set of problems. Is it robust? Is it fast? Notice I don't say, does it do X, Y, and Z that other competitor products do? Because the theory here is that if it's transformative, people will go through a little bit of pain to take away features from what they're used to, because the benefit of this new system is amazing. There are other products, I'm trying to think of one that really enforce this, that said, actually, let's take away stuff and you'll live with it. I can't think off the top of my head, but there have certainly been some newcomers. Slack is coming to mind for some reason, like moving away from other systems, compromising like what you can and can't do, to be more rigid, because the benefit of doing it this way is transformative. And then finally, can users migrate from existing products? Scale is all about removing barriers. Phase 2 is all about removing barriers so someone else can come in, capture the mindset of what it's about, trust it, love it. And when you have that, then you start incrementing and improving features, adding the things that you think should be obvious in a product, and make it really, really cool there. So yeah, this is my take on level 1 innovation versus level 2. Have you solved the problem? Stop falling in love with your solution. It sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but don't fall in love with your solution and follow that through and then expect the world to love it. Follow through on solving a problem that people cannot solve with what's already out there, or if they can solve it, it is so inconvenient that they feel like they're just using pen and paper and doing it all themselves, like that kind of solution. If you do that, the theory is that nobody should look at your product and just compare it with the other product, compare it with the competition. You should be in a completely different league, and you can say with confidence, I'm solving a different set of problems to my competitors. So if you want to use my competitor products, fine. When you find out that you've still got these problems, then come to us. Like that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful. And I just thought I'd share that train of thought and where I'm going with Flowtelic. So yeah, thank you.